What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the third book in the Black Witch Chronicles, The Shadow Wand by Laurie Forest. This book I was very, very excited for, and the reason is because of the way that the second book left off. Man, the Iron Flower was so good, and the way that book left off, I was so excited because our characters have been, like, scattered to the wind, which this is the first time this has happened, like, where we have our characters basically in lots of different places. None of them are interacting with each other. And when this book opens, when the Shadow Wand opens, you actually are getting several different perspectives. Like, you see some new characters, you see some old characters, kind of seeing where they fit in. And I did find myself going, okay, but like, where is Ellerin? Like, I want to hear about Ellerin. I want to know what's going on. Like, you get a POV from Yvonne and like things like that. And then once we got into the meat of the story, it was just from Ellerin's perspective. And I found myself wanting to go back to those other perspectives. And even then, like, you really only see into like Winter's perspective, which is very cool. I wanted more of that. You get to see Tyranny's, which again, like, she was doing some cool stuff, and she only gets like 2 chapters. And then you see Tristan, like one of Ellerin's brothers. And I wanted more. Like, I missed these other characters. I missed Diana. I missed seeing all of them interact with each other. I wanted to see more like emotion in the wake of some of the things that had happened at the end of the second book. Big thing with the Shadow Wand is that everybody is after Ellerin. So she has just discovered that, like, she is the next Black Witch, but she cannot control her power. And they wand test her at the very beginning of this book. And the sorceresses are like, oh my God, like, she really is the Black Witch. Like, they're going to come after her now. And so she is forced back into Gardneria and forced to take refuge with Lucas Grey, who she was fasted to against her will. And that was really, really interesting. Like, I found that so cool that we were going to see her go back into Gardneria after like all of this stuff has happened. And like, the question is, you know, like, is Lucas gonna be on her side? Like, is he gonna actually help her? And I will say, I do think Lucas got a ton of development in this book. But like, that's really easy to say because this book is really just about him and Ellerin. Like, we really don't see any of our other characters at all. They don't really get any other kind of development. We just see their 2 perspectives. And at the very beginning of this book, we are told something, and I immediately was like, well, obviously that's not true. Like, obviously, because of the way it was told to the characters and the pacing with it, I'm like, well, obviously that's not true. I know exactly where this book is going. I know how it's going to end. And like, I was right, but I feel like it got stretched out for too long. And we never got any kind of emotional resolution with that. Like, we're seeing Ellerin make all of these choices. And I'm like, I know why you're making these choices. I know why you're doing these things, because you think that this thing has happened. But I'm here to tell you that as a reader, like, you're not fooling me. I know that that thing didn't actually happen. And I am excited for the 4th book because we're going to see the ramifications of that. But I honestly do feel like this book almost didn't need to happen. Like, I kind of feel like Laurie Forest was like, I need Ellerin and Lucas to get to this point, like, in their development, in their relationship. And the only way I can do that is to say, like, oh, well, this thing happened, and like completely isolate Ellerin. And just the fact that we didn't get any other perspectives, I think kind of killed the tension for me. Because honestly, if we were getting this story from Ellerin and Lucas and like seeing how far removed they are, like, they are so isolated because like they don't have any allies. Like, everybody's looking for Ellerin, like, he's trying to keep her safe. Like, they don't have any allies. So then being able to see these other perspectives of what's going on with the larger rebel movement, I think that would have added some really good tension for when Ellerin meets back up with these other characters. We just don't get that. All in all, I was really on the fence with what I wanted to give this book. I will say, I think now in hindsight, I like the first book more than this one. Before, like, the first book was really frustrating for me, and I feel like I'm back to that frustration just a little bit. But overall, like, the story is so well done, and like, the themes are so, so good. And I'm so excited to get to the 4th one. I didn't even know, like, there's gonna be a 5th one, and the 5th one's the last one, and it's not even out yet, and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I decided to give this book a B+. I do think it's good. I like what it does for Ellerin. I feel like she has come so far. Like, she had to do so much growing, and she took this book in order to do it. I just wish we could have seen it from those other characters as well, because at the heart of it, yes, the story is told from Elloren's perspective, and we need that because of who she is and because of how ignorant she was at the beginning. But I do feel like after the second book, this feels like more of an ensemble. And I think the beginning kind of got my hopes up that this was gonna be an ensemble story. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.